it's me, Susan Crystally. I am the founder and chief executive Oracle for Oracle Om Healers Network. We are a network for personal and spiritual development, and this week we are celebrating National Psychic Week. And I see a couple people that are watching. Janine, welcome. Tracy, welcome. And if you guys are watching this live, or if you're watching the broadcast, the rebroadcast, I would love to get some feedback from you, get some comments, and really listen to what you guys are saying about our interview today. Today we're going to be talking with Janine, who is a psychic empath. She's known as the love psychic. She doesn't like to be called a psychic because the typical definition of a psychic that people think of would be clairvoyant. And that is a clear seeing of the future. And so not everybody has that gift. And there are a lot of psychics out there, but not everybody has that clairvoyance. So that's really something to keep in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and invite Janine in, and I'm going to take a second to see if I can share conversation here on my Facebook page. I'm going to share it. Hi, Janine. I can hear you.
Yay!
Welcome. All right, I'm going to share this video to my page so that we are live over there. Just give me 2 seconds here. All right. I am posting. All right. Hey, Janine. So thank you so much for being here today. And today we're going to talk about what it means to be an empath and how to cope with being an empath if you are one or if someone you know is one. Right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's get into some of these questions. So my first question for you is, what is an empath? What does that mean?
Basically, an empath is a sponge of the universe. We can feel everything, every emotion, every ailment of people we're close to, people we don't even know that we're standing online with. We could feel them from states away. We could even feel people who are deceased and are around us. And we could feel everything. It's really it's complicated if you don't know you're an empath, which I did not know for a very long time.
So tell us about your journey. How did you find out that you were an empath? When did you start learning about this? And do you have like a family history of people being psychic?
No family history that I know of, except for my mother. She's clairvoyant, or she was. She kind of turned it off. But she used to see the future and just know things are going to happen. And even saw herself in a car accident, in a cab, and told the cab driver that what was going to happen and everything was going to be fine. And she saw it all. And I don't know, she somehow shut it down. I mean, she still gets it every now and then, but nothing like I do. Like with my empath.
Wow.
I'm not clairvoyant. I don't see it like she does. I just have all the other stuff. But she's the only one in my family.
I'm sure that it would be really upsetting to see those things and not want to see the future. So I understand why she would want to shut that down. Yeah. So when you work, so tell us about some of the things that you actually do besides being an empath and being that emotional sponge. When you work with people, what are some of the tools that you use in your toolbox?
Well, actually, now that I do readings, people go to my website and they want an angel reading. And I do use cards. I use angel cards and a pendulum to help me zoom in on what I really need to know to help them. But usually I just go off of my intuition. My intuitions are a really big part of it. But the cards help. They help me to know what I really need to help them with.
Awesome. So, would you say that you have premonitions, or that you're claircognizant, or that any of the other things?
I'm clear knowing, so I can never pronounce these things. I just know things, and I have premonitions. I have dreams that come true. Of course, none of them are good stuff. They're always, things I don't want to really see. Have them, and they're usually to help people. I don't get the good stuff. I don't see the people winning the lotto.
Darn.
I know. Can't use it for personal.
What does it mean to be telepathic, and are you telepathic?
I am with certain people. Like me and my boyfriend, we have a really good, he'll think of me, and he'll be, I don't even know how to say it, but he'll be thinking about me, and then he'll go to call me, and before my phone even rings, I'm going to text him or call him, and we do it at the same time. So, I definitely have with certain people. I'm trying to learn how to grow that a little bit better. I just don't really know what to do with it. But yeah, with my boyfriend especially, we're very in sync.
That's really cool. So, tell me about your work with missing people.
Well, I wouldn't say my favorite. I just like to go help people that are missing. Of course, unfortunately, they're usually deceased by the time we get their case and everything. And we have to go, find their body. And, Ghost Whisperer, they make it so easy looking, they just tell you where they are. No, it doesn't happen that way. They don't tell you that their body is in the water somewhere. You have to kind of figure it out. And since I'm an empath, they'll give me what they felt and what they went through, and I'll kind of have to piece it together with a medium that I work with. And we kind of just do it that way. So, I know how it happened. She knows where they are, and we just put it together like that.
Interesting. So you team up with a medium to do those types of jobs.
Yep.
Wow, that's really cool. So let's talk about your readings. How do you do them, and what all is involved?
Usually people come to me, of course, for love. That's usually my biggest thing is, can you tell me about my love life? Am I with the right person? Am I on the right track? And it's always a love life thing. I mean, no one ever wants to know really anything else but their love life. And I do use cards again for that. And purely I go off of what I'm feeling, and I use my pendulum to after I do their reading, I give them 7 questions of a follow-up, and I use my pendulum to help answer the questions that they have, want clarity with.
How does the pendulum work?
It just tells you yes or no, yes, no, maybe, and sometimes she doesn't want to answer it at all. Her name is Kayla, and but usually I get a yes or no with her, and usually if people are with me, I'll have them look at how it works. And when she says no, she swings back and forth. And when she says yes, she goes circle to the right. And that's usually her yes and no. And she's really on point. She's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Complaints about her yet.
Hey guys, if you have any questions for Janine, go ahead and write them in the comments, and we will get back to them at the end of the interview. So, Janine, can you kind of explain a little bit more about what an empath is, and kind of tell me about your background story? And if you have any education related in the field?
Well, after I was told I was taking care of one of my patients because I was in the medical field, and I would touch certain parts of him, and all of a sudden my body, whatever part I would touch, would hurt. But I didn't know anything. I just would go about my day. And after he passed, his wife, I was having lunch with her, and I told her something that had happened with my boyfriend at the time. And she just looked at me and she was like, "You're such an empath." I didn't know what it was. I kind of took offense to it and was like, "All right, whatever." And 2 months later, the word hit me on the head. I went and looked it up, And like in 2010, I would see like things floating when I was driving, like floating in the air. And the first thing, like paragraph, it would say, most often empaths see orbs. I didn't know what an orb was. I had to go look it up. And basically, an orb was what I was seeing. The floating things, like, you know, I call them floaters. And really, it's spirits of people who had passed. And it kind of freaked me out and everything. And I was like, oh, I see dead people. But when she said it, I mean, there's a test you could take online, and they tell you, like, answer it really honestly because it's going to help you eventually. And you answer the test, like, you know, answer it the right way, and it'll tell you what kind of empath you are because there are 6 kinds, and I'm, like, just about every kind.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is.
So was it a shock to find out that you had this gift?
Yeah, I went online, I found out, and it was funny because I was taking the test in the car with my mom, and I was, I guess, asking the questions out loud, and it was like, it said, like, do people call you overly sensitive, overly emotional? And I was like, no, and my mom just started laughing at me, and she was like, yes. She was like, you got put in smaller classes because you were too emotional and you couldn't handle being around a lot of people. So I was like, oh, I had no idea. You know, I just thought I was put in smaller classes for other reasons. And she was like, I knew you had psychic gifts. I just didn't know what they were. So I never bothered telling you. And I was like, oh, so I kind of feel like a fraud my whole life.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So your mom knew long time, way before you even had any idea.
Way before. Like when I was a kid, she knew.
Wow. Tracy Barber has a great question, and I think it's a good time to interject this. So as an empath or a telepath, do you find that the internet or too much of something is hard to take?
Yes, I do. I shut down my Facebook a lot. Like, people see me one day and then my profile will be gone. You can't find it. I have never been able to watch the news. I can't watch scary movies, you know, that people are doing. I just, it's overbearing, especially Facebook. Like, everything that people write is, like, so bad and everything. And it's like, I don't even go on people's pages anymore. I just stay on my page. My happy little bubble.
So, guys, Janine's specialty is relationships. So if you have any relationship questions that you want to ask her, go ahead and put them in the comments, and we'll get to those today, okay? So, tell me about your education as a realm reader and with Reiki as well, and how you incorporate that into how you work.
I did take, as an empath, you're a natural healer. I mean, people go up to me and they tell me everything and they feel better and I feel horrible. So I am a natural healer. Every empath is a natural healer. They just feel great and we feel absolutely horrible. But I also took a Reiki class and got certified in Reiki 1 and 2. And it's just energy healing. It helps people and their chakras. It's like getting Reiki is like getting a wheel alignment or a tune-up for your car. It just keeps the energy flowing. That's just how I like to, word it. And
that's a good way to put it.
It's the only way I can really think to say it. You need, your car needs a tune-up and needs an oil change, and your body needs its energy wheels to keep going. So you have to get, God bless you. You have to get
Thanks.
Up for them. So that's where Reiki comes in. And what else? Oh, and I did take a realm reader class with Doreen Virtue. I absolutely love her. She was my introduction to angels. I had no idea I even really had angels until her, and let alone that I could communicate with people's angels. And I took a realm reader course, and I absolutely love it. It gets people to know themselves in a way deeper sense, and to know who they should be with and who they should steer clear away from. Of course, people don't always listen, but it is good to know what realm you come from.
What are some of the realms that exist?
Let's see, there's Incarnated Angel, which is my realm. Go figure. There's Incarnated Elementals. Let's see, what else is there? There's so many realms. There's the Mer realm, which is a mermaid realm. They actually have unicorn realm. You actually look like a unicorn, and all of the people, all the realms look like the people. Like the elementals, they look like little gnomes and little fairies, and it's so funny because the people look like their realm, and it's just the weirdest thing. But I think it's really cool to know where I'm from.
That's awesome. That sounds really cool. I would love to learn more about that later. Okay, so today we want to talk about an offer that you're giving to everybody watching. And you were going to do a 1-hour reading for $82, right? You want to talk a little bit about that and what all is included with that?
Yeah, it's a 1-hour reading. It's called Spiritual Guidance with the Angels. It's a 1-hour reading. I type it up for everyone, for whoever gets it. And after they read it and everything, they get 7 pendulum follow-up questions after they read it, if they have any questions on anything.
That's good.
It's not answering about health. And I'm also going to throw in these cute little tumbled stones in a sachet bag and do Reiki infused stones. So they'll have that. And a hematite ring, which is really good to wear. It keeps you grounded. And you get all that.
Nice. Wow, that's a great deal.
Yep.
Awesome. So, how long have you been doing this work?
Let's see, since 2013. I mean, it's not a long time, but I mean, I feel like I've been doing it forever. I mean, my first year alone, I did over 500 readings in actually not even a whole year. It was 9 months. I did over 500 readings.
Wow.
And it's completely exhausting, but I love it. It's a lot of fun. You get to, help a lot of people, and it's just who I am. So.
Wow. So, do you have anything else going on? Anything else that you want to promote? Anything else for sale or any other special events that you'd like to talk about?
I actually just did my second, I'm co-author of my second book. It just came out a week or so ago. It's called Dare to Be Authentic, Volume 4, Let Yourself Shine. And it's the second book I'm in. So it's exciting. So I have that on my website as well. And it's $19.95 for the book. And then all my my readings, everything's on my website.
Okay.
And that's about
so Tracy, I still have a couple questions from you. Tracy wanted to know if she was talking more about the waves, the frequency, and the invisible waves. She was trying to ask you do you find that too much of something if it's difficult as an empath and a telepath? Can you actually feel the waves?
You can actually. I'm trying to think my best way to explain it because I'm not used to this. You definitely can feel it. I'm just trying to figure out how to explain it. Help me out here, Susan.
Sure.
I know about this stuff.
Well, everything is energy. Yeah. So it only makes sense that you would feel that energy as an empath if you have every aspect of being an empath.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I have all of them, but I know I have some. I can only imagine.
When the weather turns bad and you're going to get a really bad hurricane or something really bad, I could even feel that. It's just crazy. So my body feels it all. Couldn't just be one type. It had to be everything.
Thanks for the hearts, guys. Appreciate. Hey, and then I have another question from Marlon, and he straight up just asked simply, "Am I going to find love in the near future?"
Okay, Marlon. I'm thinking you have someone in mind already. I'm seeing not to let go of her yet because she's worth the fight. And that's who you're ultimately going to be with, is the girl that you're already talking to. You just can't give up on her yet.
Oh, Marlon, that's good advice. Okay, so is there anybody else? Do you guys have any more questions for Janine while we have her on the line? I'm looking to see. Looks like there's a few people that are on our call with us live. Marlon said thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah.
No, internet definitely bothers me. Anything internet and electrical bothers me.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see if there's anything else.
I mean, there are coping mechanisms also that'll help you not feel them as much. Of course, I don't do them because I like to be able to feel everything to help people, but I probably should cope with it and put my shield up, but I don't. But there are ways to do it. There are meditations to do that you can actually shield yourself. I just don't do them, ever. But there are ways you can. For a person who doesn't want to feel, doesn't want to, have this gift, there are ways to kind of turn it down. It's just, I do like having my gift. Now that I know, what's mine and what's not, I like having it. So I don't do it. But like being in the mall,
so do you have?
I can't do it.
So do you have a problem distinguishing between your own emotions and feelings and those of other people?
Not anymore. When I didn't know I was an empath, I thought everything was mine, and I really thought I was bipolar. I thought it was crazy, and now that I know, I know what my mood is, and if someone walks in the room and all of a sudden my mood goes from happy to miserable and flipping, I know automatically that is the other person. Or if I'm in a store and I know I'm happy and then that happens, I know it's not mine either. So you really have to know yourself really well to master being an empath.
Wow. One more question from Tracy, and she says, as an empath, do you ever feel under attack from dark energies?
I don't know if attack would be the word I would use, but here's a good one. I had no idea I was an empath when I first moved in my house. It was brand new. We had it built. And a medium came to my house to read my mom and myself, but I wasn't here. And the medium was actually afraid to stay in my house because there was a really bad energy in my bedroom, and I would sleep for hours, and I never understood. I would wake up exhausted. I was in school, I was working, and I was still sleeping good, and I had no idea that there was this thing in my room taking my energy. Mm-hmm. And another medium had said, because she was like, well, it's because you're an empath, that they feed off your energy. And she was like, it's like going and having a hamburger. Why have a hamburger when you could have filet mignon, which I guess the empath would be filet mignon. And I was like, oh, I had no idea. So I had to get my room, my house cleared out or whatever, the energy cleared out, and stage it out every now and then because they do find you. It's exhausting.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I bet that really freaked you out when you found that out. So thank you guys for... Sorry, what?
The medium wouldn't even wait in my house. He told my mom he would wait outside for me. That's how bad it was in my room. And I had, I can't see anything. And I'm like, well, it doesn't hurt me. And you were like, it takes your energy. So they are hurting you. Like they're draining you of your energy. So I had no idea at the time. And now I'm like, I stage my room like every month. And, I do what I have to do now because now I know. And it's a lot better now.
Wow. Okay. So I see there's several live callers on right now. If you guys have any questions for Janine, especially relationship questions, she's really good at that. Go ahead and post those. Tracy, I see your question about religion, but that's really not anything that Oracle Om Healers Network is going to focus on. Everybody has their own religious beliefs, and it's really not our part to say what's right and what's wrong, or to get into those types of discussions. So thank you for the question, but I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to ask that right now. So any of you guys have any more questions for Janine today? If you do, Janine is going to be watching the posts in this thread as well. If you're watching a rebroadcast, she might be able to get back to you. If you can tag her. Thank you guys for the thumbs up and love. I really appreciate it. If you can tag Janine, then she'll see it faster. But and hopefully I can try to do that as well. So Janine, I have one more question for you, and that is, what is an oracle to you?
An oracle is, to me, is someone that could basically pick things out without. This is not a good question. I don't like this one. Like I know when I think of oracle, I think of someone that uses cards and everything. I really don't need the cards. I just use them to like zoom in. But normally I don't need the cards. Like I was called a love oracle the other day, and I was like, "What is that?" I just know things, and I go on that. But really, an oracle is someone that uses cards to pick things out. From what I've read on it, but I don't know.
It can be
on that.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what your opinion of that is. I think everybody has their own opinion of what an oracle is, and I have yet to hear a wrong answer.
Okay.
So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up, but I want to remind you guys to go to our website, www.oracleom.com. Oh, here's a quick question from Kevin. And he wants to know what makes you continue to do what you do and what benefits you by doing this work.
For me,
that's a good question.
It is a good question. I just like helping people. So really the benefits for me is I know I'm helping someone in a way that someone else can't help them. And that to me is the really, that gives me my push to keep doing it. Is I just really like helping people, and I know that I can help them in a way that someone else may not be able to. Good question though, Kevin.
That's right. Yes, it is. There's a lot of people that are out there that are service to themselves and not service to other people. But there are a lot of good people out there too. And so sometimes people can just do things to be able to help other people. And maybe you can do something like that today, Kevin. Maybe you and I can try to be better people too, because Janine is doing her job and in the service to others. So thank you, Janine. I really appreciate you reminding us about that. And so I don't see any more questions. So I'm going to finish up, guys, and say goodbye to Janine. Janine, thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck with your book. Go ahead and give us the website to get that book again.
Let's see. I have to look it up because there's so many words here. It is. Why can't I find it? All right, it's spiritualarray.wix.com/readings more. It's actually on your
All right.
site too.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
We can post it in the thread as well. So
Yeah.
you guys want to get Janine's book, we'll post that for you. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Friday. Thank you for joining us on National Psychic Week. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon, okay? Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.